It's not our intent to do that. And I thought, my goodness, if we could put him in a machine, a healing machine, or a bottle, what wonders could we do for humanity? Anyway, Matthew declined. And so I went on, also with help from Glenn in the early days, to invent something from Kirlian called ESM, which is the three-dimensional way of scanning the body and looking at the energy field invisibly with sound level meters and things, putting around a three-dimensional field. And the other method I did about 1978-79 was electro crystal therapy, where I really did put healers in a bottle, or in this case, a tube. And they're called gemstones and crystals, ladies and gentlemen. And they are ancient healers that have been with us in our society since our hunter-gatherer days, perhaps even with the Neanderthals, because they wore certain things as well, as archaeology is now proving. Thank you. And this is the tube. Oh, my word. I think I've run out of power there. Oh, no, I haven't. Right. I've changed colour, ladies, from red to green. No comments, okay. I've gone green, as I've always threatened to do. Okay, and here are all the colours of the chakras, but all these stones have healing properties associated with them. And today, in our instruments, we have a variety of the rainbow there, and crystals associated with healing, including in the smaller version tubes. We found out that in those days that size wasn't everything, so we scaled down my healing tubes to a reasonable level of handling. And speaking of some of my first experimentees, this is my own son, 2.5 years old, and he learnt to do his letters on this portable machine here, A, B, C, D, and all the numbers, 0 to 10. And Daddy, I've got a headache, bang my head, I burnt my knee, you know, I'm thinking, right, A5 on the knee, son, A10 on the head, and he would sit diligently in my chair until all the pain went away. And I was really chuffed over this. He said, but Dad, came home from school one day, why is it I don't need things like Calpol, like the other children ask at school from the nursery teacher? I said, because you've got your machine. And then later on, they had a question and answer thing where, what did their fathers and mothers do for a living? And I sort of quizzed him. I said, I understand you had a bit of an interesting day of discussion. He said, yes, Daddy. I told my class and the teachers and the headmistress that my daddy is a scientist. Oh, all right. He said, yes, if I told them if you were an electro crystal therapist, they'd think me a bit funny, wouldn't they? 5 years old and already as sharp as a whip. Oh, just got a 1-1 at university recently. I'm really, really pleased. Told him, and he rang me up, he said, I've got a 1-1, Dad, BSc honours. I said, that's right, son, I expected that. How did you do that, figure that out? He said, well, I said, you inherited my brain, my boy, and your mother's good looks, and with that, you'll go anywhere. Okay, that's my son, now 25 years old. And a finer example of humanity you will not see, and very fit, and because of the product of all these things, healing things you see before you. Thank you. And here, we don't just work on human beings, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'll just guide you around this picture. This is going to be a video of a Great Dane dog we met in America called Venus. And Venus had a problem with hips, and I looked at this in my scanner. This is different to the curling photography now. I am now able to see with video footage the living energy field around any living thing, and other things as well. And here, from her hip, there was an escaping energy, which we often associate with animals with hip dysplasia. And that was the energy block that was causing it. There it is, the energy block on her base chakra. Yes, animals have chakras as well, ladies and gentlemen. and she had a block there. So it was my job when I saw that, and Dr. Brian Daly was my witness to this. He was there, my American researcher. You'll be seeing more of him in a minute. And I asked the owners if I could put my crystals on her, and a few minutes later, the energy block and the leak, the block dispersed and the leak stopped. Now, this poor animal lounged around on the couch for hours at a time and got off the couch tentatively and hobbled across to the garden. It was a sad sight to see. But after this, she leapt off the couch, ladies and gentlemen, and made a very nice bounding way to the female owner, who burst into tears at the sight. So I was really pleased to be able to help Venus. And there are no placebo effects, ladies and gentlemen, for the critics out there, on animals, okay? There are no placebo effects. That's the before, that's the after. Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, where I had that patient. Yes, remember. I would sing for you. Covent Garden wanted me tonight, and I told them I was busy, I was going to be here with you, but I could not upstage that beautiful choir, wonderful voices of harmony, to put you off with my voice. Okay, now here, speaking of voices, this young lady was losing her voice because of a very, very nasty salivary gland that was swelling up, very resistant to antibiotics, and this energy here from her throat chakra is tracking down here to her throat and stopping her from almost talking. And here, after a couple of electro crystal sessions and healings, the throat chakra is cleared and the salivary gland went down, and she had given up the antibiotics long before that because they weren't working. Resistant bacteria. Thank you, Evie. And in another way I was able to get healing energy from the crystals was vibrating them in an electromagnetic field and putting mics around to see if they were giving off any audible sounds. And I believe this is, here we are. I call this track unofficially my whale songs, because this is what it reminds me of. And this particular track has a wonderful, tranquil, peaceful aids meditation, restful sleep, and has even been known to put screaming babies to sleep. Although I can't guarantee that for all the mums and dads out there. There are also other tracks on there that are very invigorating and balancing for the chakras. And people say, well, how do you control the power of this, this device? I said, simple, your volume control on your hi-fi or your MP3, I once got a very interesting call from Germany, and the lady said, oh, Herr Oldfield, your CD is wonderful. I said, well, thank you very much, meine Dame. I said, how do you use it? She said, well, it is wonderful. My family hate the music, but I played it in the house just to annoy them really loud. And the house ghost, the poltergeist we had in the house, has now vanished, has gone. What do you think of this, mein Heilpraktiker, Harry? And I said, well, obviously, the ghost has no taste in good music. And she hung up on me. I don't think she quite understood that it was a joke. And show you the effects on people, and I had a lovely model here at this time, and still do, my wonderful partner, Ed.